Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go! Do you have absolute certainty about how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked?
Well, it's definitely not as great as it's happening over there.
How you doing, Vivian?
Can you hear me? I'm doing
I can
lovely.
hear you. Can
I
you hear
decided
me?
to feel your. I can hear you. Yes, feeling
Beautiful.
your spirit. I'm channeling it. I'm wearing pink and feeling island.
Sir Francis Drake Pass, Buck Island, Tortola. We'll get back to that, but let's get to our amazing guests who thank you for your courage, your vulnerability, your dedication of time and energy, and like a collective move towards making the world a greater place by being a leader, leading leaders. So what's up, Vivian? Who we got today?
We have Jennifer Mccaskill in from Red Bank, New Jersey. As a little girl, Jennifer watched her parents divorce. Because she was witness to the instability that divorce brings, she vowed right then and there to become a divorce attorney so that she could become a protector. She fulfilled her promise, opened up her firm law offices of Jennifer Mccaskill, and here she's so passionate to educate and guide others navigate the legal and emotional turmoil that divorce brings, and she prides herself in giving her clients a sense of resolve as they enter the next chapter of their lives. So welcome, Jennifer Mccaskill.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Jennifer, thank you so much for being here. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm cold. How are you?
I am not cold, Jennifer. I'm not cold. But I do miss the snow, and I'll be back in the snow soon. So what's your fun fact for today?
My fun fact is when I went to college, I was actually a German major. Hi, nerd alert. I was a German major. I was going to get my PhD in German. I was graduating from college. I had applied to study German in Germany. And then I scrapped all my plans and I moved to DC and I was a bartender.
I love it.
Two quick fun facts, Jennifer. Number one, my son is a German major right now, which is weird. He did not study German until college, or I'm sorry, German minor. And second, we have Rob Gill from Red Bank, New Jersey, right here on Buck Island. With the 20 people that are here on this island, one is from Red Bank, New Jersey, just like you.
Nice.
Super fun. So thank you for that, Jennifer. Another fun fact, it is now raining, and we're going to have to move the location of the Real Raw in a moment before the computer wipes out in the water. But Vivian,
I got to tell you,
today?
Scott, I have a fun fact. I studied German in 7th grade, and I got my bartender's license too in my 20s, and I loved every minute of it.
Bartending and German together again. I love this. Jennifer, Vivian, everyone. I hope my son is not bartending too, but he could be. So Vivian, what are we up to you.
I can hear the water dripping on your computer. It's so fun.
We have in from Elena, Montana, Joel Silverman, lawyer of Silverman Law Offices, where he focuses on real estate, estate planning, tax law. Armed with his team, he also covers licensing, whether from mineral rights and gambling liquor. We're speaking our language. You're speaking our language. Welcome, Joel.
Thank you.
We'll get to that later. So, Joel, how are you?
Doing great, Sean. Doing great. It's 48 degrees where I'm at, which is normally about 20 degrees above normal. So it could rain any minute now, just like for you.
Yes. Well, thank you for that. And Joel, how about a fun fact, my friend?
Two little fun facts. One, I was born and raised in Las Vegas, which doesn't happen for many people. Yep. And number two is I used to be a professional fishing guide before I decided to go be a lawyer.
No way. Congratulations on your professional fishing guide-ness. Our role player today is going to have a very fun intersection with your fun fact. And what did you guide? Like, where did you guide professionally?
I guided all over the world. I used to take clients to South America, all over the Salt, Bahamas, Montana, Idaho. So traveled around the world quite a bit then.
Yes, that is outstanding. And welcome to the Real Raw today as we figure out how to deal with our fun rainstorm. But we'll figure that out. We always do. So Jennifer and Joel, we got J Squared as participants today, Vivian. And we got some judges.
Yes, we do. We got Holly Silver. Holly is a financial associate with Trivant, a Fortune 500 company, and specializes in working with impact-driven entrepreneurs to connect them with their dream and guide them on their journey to financial independence. Welcome, Holly.
Welcome, Holly. How are you? Awesome. And Holly, what is your fun fact for today?
He's moving.
Yeah, the rain is really loud on the computer, Sean.
Yeah.
I think Holly, I think he was asking what your fun fact for the day was.
Yes. What is Holly's fun fact? We're moving to a dry location right now.
Yeah. I got this, Sean. We'll move into fun. I got the fun facts. I can handle that.
This is not your first video.
What is your fun fact, Holly?
It was so good. I'm going to share it again. My fun fact is I like gummy bears.
Gummy bears?
More fun than that. Yeah.
I love gummy bears.
I
That's
love
my
gummy
favorite thing
bears.
too. Haribo, right? If it's not Haribo, it's not the right one.
I actually there's a little market down the street from me, and it's a little Armenian market, and they have them pre-packaged. I don't know where they're coming from, but I prefer them even to Haribo. So
wow, they must be good. Now, do you have a favorite color gummy bear, or you just like them all?
Oh, what is gummy bears if you're not enjoying them all?
Ah, I love it.
I love it. The part of it, the color is the thrill, I think.
Bring them all.
I'm getting like a doppelganger of Christina Applegate here.
Yes. So we are nothing if not resourceful, Holly. So welcome, and by the way, this is Diving Bell, and later on, Nicole, the mischievous fairy, is going to go into Diving Bell and search for pearls. We've adapted. Bella Verita, do you remember these locations on Buck Island?
I do. I know exactly where you're at.
Yes, amazing. Okay, so Holly, thank you for being here. We have J Squared, Jennifer and Joel rocking it. And we got 2 more judges, Vivian.
We have in from Elko, Nevada, Eric Huiman in the house.
In the building.
He's been in gold mining his entire life. He's owner of AMS, a mining construction company where he supports the mines in any way that he can. So welcome, Eric.
Hello.
Eric, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Great. Are you friends with the Earp brothers by any chance?
No, I'm not.
Not like Wyatt or Virgil or Morgan from like back in the Tombstone press days of gold mining in America?
About the same location.
Seriously, what's up with gold mining in the world? Like, talk to us, please, Eric.
Well, our little town up here of 20,000 people, we do 87% of the U.S.'s gold. We're pretty involved.
That is awesome. And what location?
Elko. So it's about 110 miles from Idaho, 110 miles from Utah.
That is awesome. Well, Eric, thank you for that. How about your fun fact?
I breed French Bulldogs.
Oh, I want one of those one day. That is fun.
Why French Bulldogs? How did that happen?
Well, I grew up with Labradors, and they're a little too hairy for me. And we wanted another one, and fell in love with the breed, and everybody else wanted one. So.
Now, do they all snore? Like, can I get a non-snoring version of a French Bulldog? Is that possible?
No, they snore and they fart. That's what they do.
Ah.
Sounds so appealing.
I don't know, because I like to sleep with my dogs, and I don't like sleeping with snorers. So I might have to give up my dream of having a French Bulldog. And Sean has never even said the word fart, so like still has his like hands in his face that he can't believe fart has now been said 3 times on the Real Raw today.
What kind of dogs have you owned, Sean? Because I presume all the time that you've done it all and owned everything.
Yes. So my first dog was a Shetland sheepdog named appropriately Lassie, although that's not entirely true because my dad and mom were divorced when I was 1, and my dad had a mixed breed, amazing dog named Duke, who was like protector, gentle, amazing, incredible. And my grandparents, who we lived with at one point, had a dog named Bruce, who barked all the time on the way to Long Beach Island, and my grandfather would yell and scream at him the entire way down, and he especially barked at toll booth operators, which more. Then there was Lassie. Then there was, of course, Casey, who was our golden retriever. And then I decided that I loved dogs too much and couldn't lose them anymore, so I stopped having them, although my children with their mom have a dog right now that's a crazy basset hound, an amazing basset hound named Winston, after Winston Churchill. So that, Vivian, is my fun fact entire dog history.
That's amazing. And I hadn't heard any of that before.
Yes. So there we go. So
and did any of them fart, Sean?
I don't know what that word means. So thank you very much. You've brought in many ways to the Real Raw today, because Bella Verita will be using this all day and all week. So thank you, Eric. We love you. Vivian, one more judge.
Oh my God. He lived near Matthew McConaughey's area, which I forgot, of course, but he's in from Los Angeles. We have Joseph Elanius in the house.
What's up, Joseph?
You're on mute, Joseph.
Unmute yourself, my dear.
I did. Oh, okay.
There you are.
There we go. Sorry. Hello, Sean. How you doing?
We're doing well. Would you like to join in a little bit? So we're just pulling out.
Yeah, why not? Why not? You know.
Right now, scuba fins, because I didn't realize where we should be located to, but I think snorkel center of Buck Island right now. Amazing. So love it. So Joseph, what is your fun fact, sir?
My fun fact is, before I became an attorney, I actually was in college, dropped out, and started DJing, thinking I was going to be a rock star DJ. So lived that life for about 8 years, and then got tired of being a starving artist and came back to the business.
Did you do that in Las Vegas?
Do what's that?
Did you do any of that DJing in Las Vegas?
You know, I didn't play in Vegas. It was right before, you know, I kind of bowed out right around the time the electronic way, you know, the digital wave of music, and you switched from your, you know, vinyl and turntables to all, you know, basically an iPod stick. So I kind of bowed out, you know, even though I should have maybe hung in, considering they get, you know, sometimes 7-8 figures in a night to play for a few hours. Don't quite make that, you know, drafting an agreement for a few hours.
And do you, Joseph, do you prefer Joseph or Joe, or what's the best way to refer to you?
I guess Joseph these days. Anything but Joey. My older sister used to call me that when I was young, so now it's like a tormenting factor.
Hi, Joey. Welcome, Joey.
If I was from New York, if I was from New York or the East Coast, I would embrace it more. But yeah.
Well, you know, Sean, Joey's background is amazing. He's helped structure and close over 50 plus films and TV productions with more than 250 million in transactions. His magic touch brought small screen films to worldwide audiences, and he worked on fun stuff, Sean, with the movie The Spell with John Cusack and Samuel L. Jackson, and Queen of the Desert with Nicole Kidman. And as an executive producer, he helped To the Bone, starring Keanu Reeves and Lily Collins, go from $4 million gross to $8 million abroad. My God, you're awesome, Joseph.
Thank you so much for being here, man.
Of course.
All right. And Vivian, we not only have these 5 incredible people, 3 of whom have a name starting with J.
Oh my goodness, she's in from Las Vegas today. Bella Barita!
You're not the only one with a beautiful background today, Sean Callaghy. Just so you know.
You heard about the sales sorceress, Vivian.
My goodness, she went from selling crafts on her front lawn as a little girl to building a multiple seven-figure real estate becoming the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada. She places more women salespeople than anyone else in the country at Align Sales, where she is CEO, baby. Welcome, Bella.
Thank you, Miss Vivian.
Hello, Barita. How the heck are you? And what is your fun fact for today, my friend?
Well, my fun fact is I am not stuck in Frozen anymore because I was in Texas last week in part of the blizzard. And so I thought, like, since you were sitting outside and, like, with a beautiful background, like, I'm sitting outside. It's like 70, 75 degrees in Las Vegas. I got the beautiful mountains behind me. And I got a palm tree behind me inspired by Buck Island. So, you know, I am here having fun. And fun fact that you may not know, is that I at one point actually used to bartend here in Las Vegas. So there you go. There's a fun fact about Las Vegas.
How many bartenders in the house?
In the building?
I actually used to bartend too.
There we
go. Bartenders.
All over the building, bartending craziness happening. Did you bartend?
No, but I could have.
Yes, but were you working in like casinos at one point?
I was.
Yes, we have all kinds of casino-ness, bartendingness in the building. So,
hey, Sean, I have a quick question. Is there like some sort of fan or something going on in that building that you're in?
Yes, we're gonna shut that off.
It sounds like when you talk, you're like a wind tunnel. Yeah, the sound is, and then you're not coming in clear. It sounds like you're in a wind tunnel.
Can you hear it, Nicole? Find it. Yes, Nicole is finding it. We will shut that down.
Awesome.
You know what, actually? I don't know what I'm thinking. We can go back outside. So as we make a transition, I'll go outside during so that'll be perfect. We'll have that.
I'd love to say that Sean Callaghy in from Buck Island today is one of America's top trial attorneys to achieve 2 top 100 national jury verdicts and the only one that is blind. And he's one of the top influencers in the world who appears on national TV. Sean created this experiential platform that we're all in here today, The Real Raw, to showcase the formula that he's been curating for the past 23 years and is the ultimate expression of how influence is a superpower. Contestants, you are invited to step onto the stage, grab the mic, and share your authentic self with the hotbed of talent in front of you. Your aim is to align your purpose with others in an organic way in order to form ecosystems. And just like that, you'll create more money in less time with more magic alongside Sean Callaghy today from Buck Island.
Did you guys hear that? Did you get that? Okay.
Chief of Staff, Fun and Magic has shut down the fan thing. Great job. Thank you. That was a great find. Wait, we are lacking enthusiasm for the fact that we've silenced the fan thing.
Because it's sunny out now, and we can actually go outside.
We're going back outside, so we're not going to stay here. We're all good. Okay, so Vivian, fun fact from you, and we're going to take this sucker on to the second stage of our amazingness together. What is your fun fact, Vivian Guzman, besides the fact that you are incredibly persuasive, charismatic, emotionally and energetically transferring, like super cool in every sort of way? Besides all that, what's your fun fact?
My fun fact is, since you have lawyers in the house, is that I got a C and actually took constitutional law. And I almost died taking that course, and I don't remember anything about it.
That is the way Vivian Guzman, and ironically, or coincidentally, and probably both, just a little while ago, we were actually discussing constitutional law because 2 of us that are on this island had Judge John Gibbons, the Chief Judge of the 3rd Circuit Federal Court of Appeals, in law school, and we were talking about how crazy and horrible that was. Football has spread out behind us. Adam Gagito, could you guys move down just a little bit? We're getting some real raw feedback. Thank you. Can you believe this? This is absolutely incredible. So, Vivian, we love you. You are extraordinary. Congratulations on your C in constitutional law and the fact that you survived it, and for being all that you are in this world with your magic, love, and beauty. Thank you.
I love you all. Have fun. Bye, Bella.
Bye, Vivian.
Bella, are you ready?
I was born ready, Sean.
I'm not confused. Jennifer, are you ready?
I'm ready.
either 1 or 2 scuba fin will be in my hands, right? When you say 1 or 2, and if it's 2, you win the toss and decide whether or not you go first. How many do you think I have in my hand still?
2.
It is 2. Ingenious. Take Bella, absolutely extraordinary. So Jennifer, would you like to go first, or would you like to take Joel and throw him into the proverbial ocean filled with sharks? Which will it be?
I'll go first.
Nice
leadership, Jennifer. Let's show them how it's done.
Jennifer, who would you like to be? Either one, who would you like Bella Verena to be? Yourself, she can be an ideal client avatar, she can be anybody you'd like her to be. Who would you like Bella Verena to be?
I would like Bella to be between 50 and 60, married, 15 to 20 years, couple of kids, scared to death to get divorced.
You would like to be herself?
Sean Callagy. No, wait, did you just say I look 56 years old?
No, she's at 50 to 60.
Right.
Yeah.
So you think I'm even 50? Do you also want me to be the co-host of this show? What do you mean exactly me? 50 years old. You better check yourself.
No, she said 15 to 16. My apologies. Okay. So,
Okay.
Jennifer, so Bella, are you ready to go?
I am ready to go.
Okay, Bella, Jennifer, take us in. Bella is going to be ready to go. Hello to yes. You have 6 minutes. Should be cut off by halfway in between. Please take us in.
Bella, it's so nice to meet you. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me. I appreciate it.
Oh my God, my pleasure. Tell me what brings you in today. Are we talking about divorce?
Unfortunately, yes. We have been together for about 30 years, and I don't know life, without him, but it's not working, and I don't know what to do, and I'm scared.
How long have you been married?
About 30 years. We've been together for about 30 years.
And you've been married for how many of those?
29.
Oh, wow. So obviously you got married when you were 10, because you look really young.
Why, thank you. I am actually 51 years old, but thank you.
Do you have children?
We do. We have 3.
How old are they?
What was the question?
How old are your children?
Oh, how old are the children? They are 10 and 13.
Do you have 3 kids or 2 kids?
Oh, I do have 3. 8, 10, and 13.
8, 10, and 13. I've got 3 kids too. It's a handful.
Yes. Definitely during COVID.
Do you work outside of the home, or have you been home?
I have mostly been home. I've taken some jobs here and there to, help parents out and help my husband in his business sometimes, but mostly stay home.
How long have you been unhappy?
Longer than I'd like to admit, probably. I think maybe COVID kind of amplified that a bit, just, having him home from work and being in the house all the time kind of gave me a glimpse of what retirement with him might look like, and I didn't really like that picture all that much.
Listen, COVID has been rough on everybody. I'm married, and COVID's almost put me over. I mean, marriage is hard enough, and then you add COVID in the mix, and you're in each other's faces all day. It's pretty brutal with the kids too.
Definitely.
Tell me, what's your biggest fear about getting divorced?
My biggest fear is, just one, the kids. How will it impact the kids? Definitely, what will I do if we're like splitting custody when I don't have them? Like, what will I be doing? And then, like what life looks like after. And so, but I've got to take a quick call right now. I'm gonna step into your lobby for a moment. If you'll just give me a moment, and I'll be right back.
Sure.
Thank you.
Excellent work. How did that feel, Jennifer?
It feels fast.
It is fast. We'll talk about the fastness in the second half and a couple of more micro moments as people are screaming, scoring touchdowns, and the sun is back out. So excellent job, Jennifer. And let's go to Joel. Joel, you ready to go?
Sure.
Would you like Bella to be
A late 30s businesswoman with a couple of children and concerned about her estate planning and succession planning in her business.
Oh, you got a lot of legal issues today.
Yeah, this is more like me. At least I'm being put in a bucket of 30 and not 50 when I'm 43 years old. Thanks, Sean Callagy.
All right, Joel. Joel, you ready to go?
You betcha.
Take us in, sir.
All right. Hi, Bella. How are you today?
I am extraordinary, Joel. How about yourself?
I am doing absolutely fantastic. Hey, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and about your business real quick, if you would?
Yeah. I have a sales staffing and recruiting agency. Been in business for a few years, and I primarily staff women sales professionals in remote sales jobs.
Excellent. How long have you been doing that?
I've had this particular company for about 2 years, but I've been a serial entrepreneur. This is my 4th business.
Okay. And what got you into this business?
I got into this business, actually, my former partner and I, he was in the coaching and consulting space, and companies that he would consult and coach with, their biggest problem was always salespeople and the high turnover of salespeople. And I have a background in sales. I was a top business broker in Las Vegas. I did network marketing sales. So sales was something that I knew very well. And so he wanted to start the agency, and I said, I can help with that. And then, we split up, and I kept on with the agency, and my passion really became to help women create financial stability through sales.
Excellent. Well, I love your story, because what it shows me is that as an entrepreneur, you clearly find those areas that are open and those niches that need to be filled.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of what we do as business people. Unfortunately, as lawyers, we're on the opposite end of the spectrum. We think there's a need for lawyers, which everybody has, but we don't really understand the business aspects and why. That's why we created Silverman Law Office. Is we brought together and continue to bring together additional lawyers who think like business people. So we specifically go after those attorneys who really are looking to be entrepreneurs to help entrepreneurs, which is a rare thing in my world. So we've gathered a group of attorneys who handle real estate transactions, estate planning, transactional work from the business side, succession planning in your business. And the biggest thing that we bring to the table for you, besides our expertise, is the customer service. And that was a big thing that you really brought up there in your statements, where you, in filling that niche, you were also bringing that level of entrepreneur customer service to the table when you found that open hole. And one thing that I really have to say, I'm so impressed with, because my mom was a single mom raising my brother and I, but the way you are helping elevate women in a game that is mostly dominated by men. So kudos to you.
Thank you, Joel. That means the world to me. And I cannot wait to continue this conversation. I've got to take a quick call right now, but thank you for that beautiful acknowledgement. I appreciate it. I look forward to continuing the conversation.
Thank you, Bella.
I want to hire him.
Excellent
I don't even know his pitch yet, and I want to hire him.
Joel, outstanding job. How'd that feel for you?
Fantastic, Sean. Fantastic. Thank you.
Awesome.
I
Bella,
feel like he might have some inside scoop to the formula, Sean. I don't know who he knows, but I feel like he might have some inside scoop.
inside. Has he been like listening to things here on Buck Island? Bella?
He might be. He might be.
All right, we're going to find out. So excellent
All right.
work. Let's get to the judges. 30 seconds of feedback, please, judges. And Bella she gets very, very Las Vegas, like Hard Rock. What's the name of the Hard Rock pool bar?
Rehab.
Yes, she gets like rehab frenzied when we go over time integrity. So Holly, 30 seconds, please. What worked with Jennifer, please? 15 seconds of what was like optimal, 15 seconds of what could be optimized, and then a score, please, Holly, on a scale of 1 to 10. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, what do you got, Holly?
All right. For Jennifer, I thought you did a fantastic job of fact-finding conversationally. It didn't feel from the outside as though you were digging in and pulling out things from this person that you had just met. I thought that you were very relatable, and I thought that it was really, it was a good job that you did on empathy and compassion. You were actively listening to her. At the very beginning, she mentioned in her story how long she'd been married, and you asked again. I think that's something that.
And your score is?
8.
That's how she used to roll. That's what I'm telling you, Holly. It's tough stuff. So, Holly, what do you have for the one and only Joel?
Yes, for Mr. Joel, you were really good at active listening, letting her know that you heard her by reiterating the things that she said, repeating everything back to her. I thought you also did a really nice job of listening for her mission and tying it to the problem that you solved, which also helps you to close it with a cherry on top of genuinely acknowledging her work and complimenting her on that. And it was genuine, which is really important. I think you did an overall really nice job on that in such a short amount of time. I'll give you a 9, 8. I'll stick with an 8 for that.
Nice. Yeah. And Holly, what is your communication background in terms of influence mastery, hearing, active listening, your reliance and articulation of empathy? So this is something clearly you've thought about. Where does that come from, Holly?
Yeah, I've done a lot of work on just my own self-development. I work with a company called Revenue Tribe, and they've helped me to recognize my limiting beliefs, where I'm falling short, and that's really helped me to acknowledge also where my growth can show and where other people's growths can come as well. It's really important in my job for empathy. Also, Toastmasters.
Excellent job.
Yeah.
Love having you here, Holly. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Eric, my friend, I love the gold mining business. I literally have been listening to the Earp brothers who bounced around the West, prospecting and making a lot more money, Eric and Bella and everybody, from running like saloons and brothels and marshalling as opposed to their own gold mining. But I know Eric knows what's up and what's happening. And if only the Earp brothers had him as a guide, they might have not ended up in the gunfight at the OK Corral. So, Eric, what do you got, my friend?
You're on mute, my friend. You're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right, Jennifer, I thought you had excellent qualifying questions, as well as being able to relate with her through your experience or whatever, just telling her about your family and like that. So I thought it was really good there. I got to agree with Holly on the repeat of the questions as well. So that was my pinpoint when she had said it and asking her to repeat it. That would be the only suggestion I've got there. For a score, I'd give you a 8.5.
Nice. Eric is taking your lines, Bella. He's all over it. He's got it. And so, Eric, awesome job. And how about for Joel?
For Joel, I actually really like the, you were listening for a little bit, and then you gave a great scenario of what separates your company and why they should be using you instead. And I thought that was really good. It just separates you and puts good validity there. So I didn't really have any suggestions yet on yours. So give you a 8.9.
Nice. Excellent job, Eric. Belverito, are we picking up the noise from the football game off in the distance with Rob, Gil, Adam Gugino, Fernando Valencia, Jeremy, the Green Beret, and others, or no?
Not really, no. But I want to see this football game.
Yes.
This is a bunch of men tackling each other? That sounds fun to watch. Can I get that as a post-show?
Yes, you can post-show engagement. I was throwing bomb touchdown passes right before we began, but we'll come back to that in a little bit. And let's go with Joseph, my friend, Blockbuster Ness happening. What do you got for Jennifer, please?
For Jennifer, what I did like is that, she did get right to the, point and ask those direct questions to really get the information out. What I would have suggested maybe is being a little bit more personable, or finding out, having more of a general conversation before just diving straight into business. Albeit I understand your time right here was limited. So overall, I would say an 8.
Nice, excellent. And how about for the one and only Joel?
For Joel, I echo what some of the other ones said. The really what Eric pointed out, I thought was a good touch is showing that separation of how he's different from the rest of the pack. And obviously the ending on that personal compliment, is a good way to leave the client thinking about, and hopefully will lead them to circle back. So I'll give a 8.5 on that one.
Excellent job. So fantastic job, Eric, Joseph, Holly as judges, and Jennifer and Joel. Great job round one. We're going to reverse it this round. And Joel, Bella is back. She's loving what she's hearing, the estate planning, appreciative of the acknowledgments you're dropping on her. And Joel, you ready for round two?
Sure.
All right, my friend. Bella is back and ready to continue. Bella, please take us in.
Hey, Joel, I'm back.
Hi, Bella. So, Bella, when we get started in this process, it's really important for us to understand what are your long-term goals. So do me a favor, kind of lay those out for me.
Oh, that's a really great question. I feel like, at 30, I haven't given it a whole lot because I can't ever really picture myself retiring. I love to work. I love to make impact. I love to do things. My mom is 70 years old and is still not retired. I think it's in our blood to just gotta keep driving for something. So I would say my biggest goals are around, impact, how many women we can help get jobs. And then how much fun can I have? Because I am definitely driven by fun. I love to travel. I love to do fun things like skiing and scuba diving when I get to go, with my friends, and snorkeling and just hanging out with friends, dinners. So for me, I think long term, I would love to not have to work, but get to work. And I would, I'm a leave legacy for my children.
Excellent. So that's a lot of us, right? A lot of us, when we're trying to develop our succession planning for our business, for our families, we are trying to create something that's long-term. We're also trying to create an additional impact, which oftentimes can be through nonprofit organizations, through charitable contributions, setting up scholarships, things that really meet what our goals are long-term in our lives and really in our heart. And that's one of the great things about what I get to do is I get to help people develop that. So I know with your two kids that they're very important for you. So we've got some things we're going to have to dive in a little deeper there because, they're a little younger. And because of their age, we've got to be concerned about who's going to be the guardian conservator for your children if something happened to you. Because you like to get out and have fun and you like to take your kids, but what's going to take care of your children if something happens to you? So there's one of the base layer questions we have to ask.
They got to fend for themselves.
Yeah, oh, they're great. Perfect. They're out. Milligan's Island. Have fun, kids.
Figure it out.
Right. And then what would happen to your husband, right? If something happened to you, how would you want things to be handled in your business to take care of your husband, your kids? So we've got to get into deeper layers of your assets. Do you have long-term care insurance? Do you have life insurance or enough that's going to satisfy the financial needs of the family?
Yep.
And what other areas would be concerning for you after what we've just jumped through?
Yeah, I've got to run right now. So what should we do next?
Well, we should do a follow-up call, and I'm going to email you with everything that we need to do to get started, and you'll be able to put that together.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Joel.
Thank you for your time, Bella.
Yo, excellent job, Bella Verita. How'd that feel for you?
That was amazing.
We have a special guest on, Bella Verita.
What's that?
We have a special guest.
Rob Gill!
What's up, everybody?
The ambassador of results, ladies and gentlemen.
Ambassador of results. The formula in action, right there, result producing maniac, Rob Gill.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Mastery Monday. Glad to be on real fast. Utilizing the formula for me at Epic Financial Strategies, two-tiered division of wealth management as well as an insurance division. We've gone from 8 to an average of 350 new sales meetings a month, twice hitting 600. Massive acceleration is upon us. And oh, by the way, I happen to be on an island where there's all kinds of wild ecosystem mergers taking place at alarming rates, and I had to get on a puddle jumper to get here.
Oh, Rob.
By the way, the Mischievous Fairy was helping make ecosystem merge and coming on. So come on, Mischievous Fairy. Jump in. Okay. Come on behind Big Sugar. So this is Nicole Mael, Tink, the Mischievous Fairy. And Tink, you are locking it down, delivering truth, integrous, human influence, social proofing, loyalty, demonstrating. And you know what this crazy woman did to me today, Bella? She put a shell in my hand during a Clubhouse phone call, and I thought, I was like, oh, this is kind of nice and interesting. Nicole. And the shell bit me. The shell bit me. And this like mark on my finger right there, it does have your middle finger, right? Like my finger almost disappeared. It was crazy. So this is part of the love. Is that Kayla?
Kayla's in the house.
Big stage booking, absolute warrior princess of all sorts because of Bella Verita, the sales sorceress. This is like what ecosystem merging looks like. Rob, your last thing, final for these incredible people. Rob, you just had a conversation with somebody that was not from Bayonne.
No.
He was not like the Rocky inspiration Chuck Webner, like not like that. So like what, when you thought 3 years ago when we met, would you have thought about being on Buck Island, owning Brittany Turner? And we're not talking like, a tiny little island in the Bahamas with a tent on it.
No.
We're talking like Larry Page and, Richard Branson and his neighbors. P.S. None of that for you listening is meant as any degree of significance, because I would be very happy right now to be sitting on the couch with my kids watching like The Dark Knight Rises or like Star Wars A New Hope. And I would love to be doing that. We're here to create a mission in the world like Brittany owns this island that goes for disaster relief. There's the fine folks, including the absolutely miraculous crew from Operation Underground Railroad, movie made about what they're doing, saving people from sex trafficking. So this is a number of extraordinary people like yourself gathering together to cause impact, come together to add value, make the world a greater place. But Rob Gill, just talk about for 20 seconds the ecosystem merger without naming names that you were just like dropping into with the ecosystem capital. What just happened?
Yeah, it's amazing because whenever you know that there's an opportunity, and if you do deep practice and it presents itself, you have a very small window to take advantage.
And by the way, excuse me, I love you.
Yeah.
It didn't just present itself. You jumped on a puddle jumper to come to an island with a really choreographed group of people that we co-created together with Unblinded, including Nicole and Kayla, yourself, Bella, the entire Adam, Fernando, everyone. And now with that highly choreographed, empathetically and integriously intentional group of people, what was it like?
It was 3 minutes that I had to. It reminded me a lot of what happened when I first was on stage out with Sean and Chris out in LA, and it was just one of those opportunities. Everything Sean just said, and I was able to, within my 3 minutes to 5 minutes, express my heroic, unique identity through the formula. And there was a handshake deal. Don't know what's going to happen next, but there was a handshake deal.
There's another handshake deal. Great job. And we're talking about somebody that just had the handshake deal that Rob just created. And think about this, Joel, as an estate planning attorney, all right? And think about this, everybody. The handshake deal is with a man that just had Andrea Bocelli, that I was at his house on Saturday night, playing at his house. It was Andrea Bocelli's wife's birthday, and Andrea Bocelli was performing along with this incredible man, Raul de Blasio, that sold 15 million records, one of the top 5 pianists in the world. Not my taste in music, quite honestly, because I'm a Bruce guy, but it was an extraordinary person of influence that came to Buck Island with us and is now with a handshake deal with the Ambassador Results, who happens to be from Bayonne, New Jersey, but now is creating impact in the world.
Yes. Unbelievable.
Love you, brother.
Love you too.
Awesome.
Yes.
Bella Verita, how does that sound? How does that sound, Bella?
That sounds extraordinary.
That's-
I love, I think one of the best things about Rob is the fact that he like diluted, diluted, and distorted the formula for so long, but like once he put it into action, the results that he created in such massive speeds has been extraordinary.
Love it. And Jennifer, are you ready? Because when people like with those kind of resources get divorced, it's usually a little bit messy, wouldn't you say?
Indeed.
Fun
though.
And Rob is from Red Bank, and so is Jennifer. Jennifer's from Red Bank, New Jersey.
What's up, Jennifer?
Family law attorney. Do you know Jennifer?
I don't. Hi, Jennifer. Rob Gill.
This is Big
Hi,
Show.
Rob.
Hey, Jennifer, can
Nice to meet
Rob and I might get divorced because Rob ate all, I'm talking all my Kit Kats last night, Jennifer. Is that
There's 2 left.
Yeah, 2 left. There's like 97 pounds of Kit Kats, and they're all gone now.
I have 4. There was other people in the house that were eating the Kit Kats. It just wasn't me.
Like the Love Doctor had like 97 Kit Kats. He was telling everybody to eat healthy, while the Love Doctor here was like eating 97,000 Kit Kats. All right. So, Bella is back. She's got this divorce situation. By the way, Rob, I don't know if you knew, but Bella is between 50 and 60 years old. And Jennifer, are you ready?
Sean Callaghy,
Yes.
do you want me to start talking about farting on this show? I will say fart like 500 times. I will say fart with every farting word if you do not stop with that right now.
Okay, I will. Please. Pleasey. Hey, Jennifer, you ready?
I'm ready.
Take us in.
Bella,
Jennifer, I'm back.
I'm so glad you're back. Is this still a good time for us to speak?
Yeah, I just needed to take a quick call, so thank you for your patience.
No problem at all. You were saying before you took your call that your biggest fear is your children and the impact that divorce is going to have on your children. Can you say more about that?
Yeah, I just, they're used to, having both parents in the house, and I'm just, I just don't know what impact that will have on them, if they'll, start maybe getting angry, acting out, like it'll, impact their school results, and I don't want that for them.
Totally understandable, but sometimes staying together can impact your children more negatively than getting divorced, because one of the things you need to realize is that when you stay together in an unhappy marriage, you're teaching your children that this is what a normal marriage looks like. So from my experience, if my mother and my father had stayed married, I definitely would not be as healthy as I am today. And it's normal to worry about your children, but I will tell you, I've been a divorce lawyer for 18 years and I'm a child of divorce, and your children will be better for it. I know it's really hard to see and to picture, but your children will be better for it, and so will you.
Yes. And I've heard this. I think I'm just scared, and I don't want to fight. I'm scared, it could be this long drawn out fighting, like ugly, and I think that will destroy the kids, where there's like this part of, if I just stay, then, they've heard of so many divorces that get ugly, and I couldn't do that to them.
Totally normal. I hear that all the time. And honestly, the way that you conduct yourself through the divorce will have a long-term impact on your children. So I really always advise my clients to be above board, even if your ex starts to misbehave. And you don't need to worry about the fighting.
I mean, he's a man. Of course he's going to misbehave. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
You don't need to worry about the fighting, because that's what I'm here for. You don't have to all of a sudden become this confrontational person. That's what I do, and I enjoy a good fight when it's a fight worth having. So yeah. I don't want you to worry about that. I don't want you to worry about your kids. I've got it. I've handled a couple thousand divorces over the course of my career, and I'm really glad to meet you. And I would like to schedule a follow-up. Can my office reach out to you?
Yes, definitely. I would like to explore that, and I think it could be done with ease. So thank you.
So Jennifer, how'd that feel for you?
It feels I feel rushed.
Yeah. And what's making you feel rushed?
Because normally I've got a good half hour, 40 minutes when I initially talk to someone to build the rapport and to ask a lot of deep dive questions. And I just feel like I have to cram it all in.
Yeah. Okay. So can we try something real quick? Can I be you for a moment? How about you be Bella going through a divorce? Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and so when I say Bella, that's you. And
yeah, sorry, I'm Bella.
Hey, Bella, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, listen, I know you only have 3 minutes, and I know Johnny just introduced us at this amazing moment on Buck Island, and I'm so sorry to hear what's going on. But first of all, what brings you to Buck Island? I know you're a successful entrepreneur. You're standing for women in sales. But what actually caused you to want to come to Buck Island?
I needed a break. I needed a break from COVID and from my children and from everything.
I'm sorry to hear it. I could feel and hear the weight and the stress. And I know you're going through a divorce. I know there's a variety of different things that are going on. But can I tell you, your outcome from this divorce, and I've been doing this for thousands of clients. I'm a product of divorce myself. And what I listen for through the prism are people's goals and objectives, because every divorce is unique. And this is about you and causing an outcome in your process and for your children, of course. But just to hear your priorities, Bella, as you think about this, there's money, there's freedom, there's energy, what's there for you? And if you could have it all your way, how would you want to see this process go?
I just want to be happy, and I want to be, I don't want to worry about paying my bills and how I'm going to feed my children, and I want my children to not be damaged by the divorce.
And that's, I mean, those are, that, quite honestly, candidly, Bella, those are very low barriers. And can I have 45 seconds or so to explain like how I operate?
Please.
Yeah. So you definitely should not hire me today. We should have a longer conversation to see how we resonate. But what I'm hearing from you is beautifully and wonderfully, you're looking for a basic level of stability and protection for your children. And the outcome, when I work with a client, after having done this for so many years and thousands of cases, I'm not tired of doing it. I'm present to it. I'm fresh to it. I'm empathetic, caring, and loving, because my outcome is that our work together, which is going to be around a very, on the surface, unpleasant topic and area, the outcome is going to be one of empowerment, one of acceleration, one of fairness, and one in which this journey will be complete and you start a new life. And I'm here to protect you and cause that acceleration for you and your children. And if you give me 30 minutes to have a longer conversation, we can unpack what that looks like. And what I really ask people up front, and it sounds like this is you, Bella, is if you're here to sort of cause pain and punishment, that wouldn't be the right space to be. If you're here to be protected, to be empowered, and come out with a fantastic outcome to set the next stage of your life, then I would be the right person. So how does that resonate with you?
That sounds good to me.
Okay, pause out of roll. How did that feel for you, Jennifer?
It's different, but it resonates.
Okay, and let me ask you a question. I'm hearing you as that person. Like, is that how you show up for your clients?
Yes, but I'm more aggressive, I guess. I'm candid. I'm very direct. I'm not good with fluff or diplomacy.
Yeah. So can I ask you this question?
Sure.
So, and it's interesting that and this is for everybody, right? So when I sold $10 million on stage for Tony Robbins, when I have 2 top 100 national jury verdicts, and I had to take the former inspector general of the state of Arizona and take his head off in front of a jury and cause him to withdraw his report saying there was no fraud. And when I put a Ponzi schemer in prison for 45 years, and when I put another attorney in jail for 30 months in federal prison, the lightning bolt is on the hat so we can go to Zeus Energy and make things happen. So what gathers people is authenticity. And we can stand in a space of having both energies. You know, and you don't know me, so thank you for letting me share that. I'm not telling you what to do or not to do, but I'm proposing we hold space for the possibility that when we empower human beings, it could be not fluff. When we cause leadership, it can be real in a container of energy that might actually be a thing versus like nice words, and then we just get to the bottom line. And can you hold space for that concept, Jennifer, or no?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm intrigued. Yeah.
So, I mean, Jennifer, Bella, how does that resonate for you? Because you know how this works. Is this fluff?
It is definitely not fluff. It is heart-centered, integrity-based human influence that causes leadership.
Yeah. And what we say all the time is that when you're heart-centered and strong, confident, and certain, that creates the highest levels of impact to causing leadership and the scaling of things and outcomes and go from low to yes. So thank you for that opportunity, Jennifer. Let's go to the incredible judges for today and see what these see what these 5 folks have to say. So first, Holly, let's go with, since we just came from Jennifer, what did you have for Jennifer?
Yeah, so I had, you know, it's interesting that you brought up what you did in the role play, Sean, about bringing everything to the surface on a higher level because it's such a short amount of time. That was the note that I had for you, Jennifer. Yeah, I think that once you do get to that heart center and operate from that point, all of your conversations are going to eventually get to the nitty gritty of it all, and it will be powerful like you are, because that's who you're designed to be. So I think you did a good job. Yeah.
Hey, Bella. I almost stole Bella's line.
And your score is? I was so in tune with your feedback that I totally missed it.
You know what, Jennifer? I think that you are probably really good at what you do. But because this is a point that I think is really, really important, I'm going to give you a 6 overall.
All right. Well, thank you for that, Holly. And what'd you have for Joel?
Yep. Joel, I think that you had a really smooth transition from her fun lifestyle she was talking about, and you just chopped down the steps and eventually painlessly got to the point about her kids and what's going to happen to her kids. At what point, though, my question is, at what point would you have booked the appointment? And because she, for sake of time, booked the appointment for you, she had really quick energy. I would say next time, match her pace, because you could have closed it really quickly. I would say 7.
Right. Really appreciating the depth of your feedback, the deep work you're doing in life. Awesome job. And how do you feel about the Real Raw and your experience today?
It was fun. This is really, really cool.
Thank you. We're approaching our 500th episode. So a couple thousand amazing people like yourselves go through so far, and since COVID began, and appreciate you enormously. So thank you, Holly.
Thank you.
And Eric, how about yourself, man? What'd you have for Jennifer?
All right, for Jennifer, I thought you created a really positive outlook on the divorce, and maybe a good reasoning on it, that it doesn't have to be so negative. That it's good for the kids and good for that environment. Obviously, with divorce being such a pain point, I felt maybe you could have created a reasoning, a little bit of why she should choose you over some others. That was really my only feedback on that. So I'll give you a 8.5.
Thank you. That's actually a really good point, Eric, because I don't ever talk about why they should pick me. So that was really insightful. Thank you.
Nice work. Excellent job. And Eric, what do you have for Joel?
Joel, I actually really liked how you created a good pain point for her and kind of brought her back down to a level where she was at. I have to repeat what Holly said too. My thing was that, for you to close the sale and not for her. Of course, time constraint and everything, but that would have been the only constructive criticism there I've got for you. So give you a 8.8.
Nice. Excellent job, Eric, and really truly appreciate you and the energy you brought today and your feedback. How was today for you on the Real Raw?
Great. I loved it.
Awesome job, man. Thank you. And finally, Joseph, what'd you have for Jennifer?
For Jennifer, I thought she did a great job of just, helping, show her personal experience, relate to the client, to show that personal reasons of why she's great for the job. I think the only really, constructive criticism is and I did this a lot early on too, and do it still sometimes. I got to catch myself, is to, listen and be a little bit more empathetic and show that genuineness on a human level. I know it's hard because as attorneys, we have, 12 different things in our mind at once. And sometimes that's easy to gloss over because we just need the facts and we need, the details. But overall, I would still keep you overall at an 8.
Nice. And what did you have for Joel?
For Joel, again, I thought you were very poised with your questions and leading them in the right directions. I really have, to sound like a broken record, is just be a little bit more aggressive on locking it down and closing it, and not letting her kind of go and have more thoughts about it, is the only thing. And then overall, I would keep you at an 8.5 as well.
Awesome job. Appreciate you very much for all the great work you did here today, Joseph. And how did you appreciate the Real Raw today?
Oh, it was really cool. Like I said, I really like what you guys are doing. I think no matter how much we are successful or grow in our careers, it's always good to have a sounding board from other professionals who have, are still growing or have even, well above you, to get that feedback and just hear and just listen to even the candidate, the participant, the guests and everything, just listen to what they have to say. It creates valuable feedback in my own personal ways I work. So I appreciate that.
Thank you. We appreciate you being here. And Jennifer, how was your day today in the Real Raw?
It was good. I like being pushed out of my comfort zone, and I really do value the feedback and everybody's time, and it definitely has my mind going in a good way. So thank you.
Thank you. You did a wonderful job today. Really appreciate you being here and your openness and all of it, because a lot of what we say here at Unblinded is ego and significance. Ego and significance are the death of growth and the death of acceleration. And there's a huge distinction between ego, significance, and appropriate humility. Like, humility is not thinking that we're better or less than anybody else, but false modesty is when we're pretending we're something we're not. And clearly, you're an extraordinary attorney who's done a remarkable job for thousands of people, because you wouldn't have had the opportunity to do that for that many people unless you were that. So thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Awesome. And Joel, how was it for you, bud?
It was fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for the feedback. Wow. I didn't know what to expect, so this was fantastic from my end. It had me on my toes from the very beginning, especially the short format. Yeah, everybody, you were spot on. As soon as I got done, I was like, wow, I know right where they're going to come, and you guys did perfect. I thought it was great, the feedback. Thank you.
Thank you. And Bella Verita.
Yes.
You are not behaving well today with all your F-bombs and all those other things. Not those kind of F-bombs, but the other F-bombs. So if we could please remove those, I would be very grateful. And I will not tell you to go to anti-aging programs either then.
I think you should agree not to tell me to go to any anti-aging appointments or anything. And I do not agree not to say the word fart anymore. So I don't know what you want to do with that.
So final from you, Bella.
Final is, what I love about, because I was pretty much away for like 2 weeks being stuck and frozen, and just being back and seeing Rob Gill, on here is just a reminder of what Unblinded and the formula is all about. And on Monday nights we do and you changed the title on me. What is it, Sean?
It is now Becoming Unblinded, seeing what you don't see about exponentially growing your money, time, and magic. Bella coming live tonight from Buck Island with Brittany Turner, the amazing founder and face in the world of Operation Underground Railroad, and Alejandro Grimaldi here as an ambassador for the Tony Robbins organization as we put together who knows what. We're creating an ecosystem merger dynamic that is truly powerful. So that happens tonight.
I love it. And it's all about, and all of those things and all of those people is all about how to create more money and less time with more magic. And that's what Monday night is all about, is what is the formula? You've heard me say it a couple of times, like, what is the formula? How do you implement the formula into your business to go from 6 sales meetings to 650 sales meetings? One of the things I love about like Sean the most is in his leadership, he causes leadership, which is taking business operators to business owners such that they can create millionaires in their business. They can create leaders in their business. And so how that is all done is going to be on tonight on Monday night. So I want to invite everybody to come back to that. And if you're not able to come on Monday night, I think Vincent dropped a link. You can actually book a strategy call with one of our strategists and like talk about like how you would implement the formula into your business to have more time, more money, and less time with more magic.
Thank you, Bella. And Bella and I co-host, and we invite you every morning, 9 to 9:30 on Clubhouse with Rob Gill and a whole bunch of other amazing people, including Tink, the Mischievous Fairy, and the Unblinded team. But we have rock stars on all the time, where we're actually ecosystem merging live in front of you. We're creating leverage and value exchange integrity like right there. And we recommend people come there every day with people you want to do business with and co-create with. Like if you're a divorce attorney, therapists, or hair salon owners, and figuring how you can co-create integrity in mutual value exchange and things like that. We do every morning, 9 to 9:30 at the highest level in the world with the people that are just like up to extraordinary things. So thank you all. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Joel. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Holly. Bella Verita, fantastic job. Vivian Guzman, Tink the Mischievous Fairy, Rob Gill, all the incredible people on Necker Island. By the way, we're sitting like in a pool last night talking to Jeremy, Brittany's new fiance, who's a Green Beret for the last 10 years, talking about leadership and scaling of leadership in the Green Berets. Like, that's what's happening here, and the technology we don't blind to bring every day. Because Bella Verita, we are all, me included, you include, all of us, blind and
not farting and learning to see.
Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you tonight.
Bye, everybody.